Sometimes the richest hearts are the loneliest ones. But on one cold Christmas night, kindness walked through the door. He had everything: money, success, power, but not a single soul to share Christmas with, until one lonely night. A stranger walked in and changed his life forever. This is not just a Christmas story. It's a story about loneliness, kindness, and how one simple act can melt the coldest heart. Because sometimes, the person meant to change your life doesn't come with a plan. They just show up when you least expect them. If this story touched your heart, hit like, share it with someone who believes in second chances. And don't forget to subscribe for more powerful short films like this one. Because somewhere out there, someone just needs one night of kindness. Snowflakes fell softly across Manhattan, blanketing the city in silver light. It was Christmas Eve, and every corner glowed with laughter, music, and warmth. But at the top of the glass tower overlooking Central Park, there was only silence. Ethan Walker, 39, sat alone in his penthouse, a man who had everything the world said mattered. The founder of a billion-dollar tech company, a man whose signature could move markets. Yet, as he stared at the flickering Christmas tree in the corner, the emptiness around him echoed louder than success ever had. His phone buzzed with messages, business partners, PR greetings, generic Merry Christmas texts from people who didn't know him. He scrolled, sighed, and set the phone face down. The truth was simple. For all his power, Ethan had no one to call family. His parents had passed away years ago. His only relationship had ended because he'd chosen work over love. He had built walls, elegant glass walls, and now he was trapped inside them, down the street, in a cozy 24-hour diner glowing with yellow lights. Anna Collins refilled coffee mugs for a few late-night customers. She was 27, warm-hearted, and exhausted. Her hair was tied in a messy bun, and her coat hung loosely around her shoulders. She had planned to travel home for Christmas, but a snowstorm had canceled every train out of the city. Now she was stuck, working an extra shift to earn a little more money, and trying not to think about the family she couldn't reach. At 11:30 p.m., the diner's bell chimed. Ethan walked in, brushing snow off his coat. He looked out of place among the flickering neon lights and smell of bacon grease. But for once, he didn't care. He just wanted warmth. Anna greeted him with a tired smile. "Coffee?" she asked. "Please," he said, his voice low and calm. She poured him a steaming cup, noticing his tired eyes. "Rough night?" she asked. He gave a faint smile. "Something like that." "You working alone?" "Yep, just me, the coffee machine, and Sinatra on repeat." He chuckled softly. "Could be worse," she grinned. "Could be snowing harder." There was something about her, genuine, simple, unpretentious, that felt different from everyone Ethan usually met. They began to talk between her cleaning tables and refilling cups. She told him how she used to be a teacher before her mom got sick, how she'd moved to the city for work, only to find herself waiting tables to pay rent. He listened quietly, really listened, something he hadn't done in years. When he spoke, his words carried a quiet heaviness. "I built something people think is everything, and still, it feels like nothing." Anna looked at him, curious. "Then maybe you're missing the one thing that can't be built. Connection." Her words struck him. He'd spent years buying comfort, but never earning it. As midnight approached, Anna glanced at her watch. "Guess that's it," she said. "Christmas Day." She looked out the window at the falling snow. "No train tonight either. Looks like I'll be spending Christmas here with the jukebox." Ethan hesitated. "You shouldn't have to spend Christmas in a diner," she laughed softly. "Got anywhere better to go?" He looked out the window, then back at her. "Actually, yeah. My place isn't far. Warm, safe. You can stay just for one night." Anna froze. "You're serious?" "Just for one night," he promised gently. "No expectations, just company." There was a long silence, then she smiled. "All right, Mr. Stranger. One night." They walked through the snow-covered streets, the city quiet and peaceful. When they entered his penthouse, Anna's eyes widened. Everything gleamed: glass, marble, chrome. It felt more like a museum than a home. "Wow," she whispered. "It's beautiful." And sad at the same time. Ethan frowned. Sad? She nodded. Because it looks like no one lives here, just exists. He stared at her, realizing she was right. He made tea while she hummed Christmas tunes, her voice soft and pure. For the first time in years, laughter filled the air. They talked for hours, about childhood memories, dreams, regrets. She told him about her late mother, how they used to bake cookies and give them to neighbors who had no one. She always said, Anna smiled, Christmas isn't about what's under the tree, it's about who's around it. Ethan looked at the empty space beside his glowing tree. I haven't had anyone around mine in a long time, he whispered. Later, they found an old box of decorations in his closet, and Anna convinced him to help her decorate. She wore one of his oversized sweaters, dancing barefoot on the cold floor as soft jazz played in the background. He laughed, genuinely freely, as she accidentally broke a glass ornament. Guess I owe you one, she said. No, he smiled. You just made my house feel like a home. At 3 a.m., they sat on the couch, watching the snowfall. Anna's head rested gently on his shoulder. This is the first Christmas in years I didn't feel alone, she said softly. Me too, he admitted. Then she whispered, Thank you. For letting me stay, he smiled. Thank you for reminding me why it matters. As the sun rose, the light painted the skyline gold. Anna stood up, stretching. I should go, she said. You've already done enough. Ethan's heart tightened. Can you stay? Just for breakfast? She laughed through sleepy eyes. You said one night? And it was too short, he whispered. But she picked up her small suitcase and smiled sadly. Some people walk into your life for one night, just to show you what's missing. Then she left. Disappearing into the soft snow, Ethan sat in silence, staring at the mug she'd left on the counter, lipstick on the rim, still warm. Something inside him had shifted. He looked at the empty rooms and realized what he needed to do. That week, he called his board and announced a new initiative. One Night Shelter, a foundation offering temporary housing for the homeless during the holidays. He poured millions into it, but his inspiration was simple, a diner girl who reminded him of what truly mattered. A year later, on Christmas Eve, the first shelter opened. Ethan stood at the door, greeting families, shaking hands, smiling. As he turned toward the crowd, he froze. Standing near the tree was Anna, holding a box of cookies, smiling nervously. I heard you were doing something kind, she said softly. Thought I'd bring dessert. He stepped closer, speechless. You came back. I told you, she smiled. Christmas isn't about where you are, it's about who you're with. Ethan took her hand gently. Then stay, not just for one night this time. Her eyes shimmered. Only if there's breakfast in the morning. He laughed, pulling her close as the snow began to fall again outside the glowing windows. For the first time in years, the penthouse lights stayed on all night. Warm, alive and full of love, because sometimes one night isn't just one night. Sometimes it's the beginning of everything you were missing. Sometimes all it takes is one night, one act of kindness, to change two lives forever. If this story warmed your heart, spread it. Maybe your share will inspire someone else to open their door and their heart tonight. If this story touches your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Because somewhere out there, someone might just need to hear this tonight.